You alright, guys? It's Nick with CPF Boxing. I can't go to bed after watching that fight. Like, I can't sleep after watching that. Be totally honest, when you're asked, who do you think will win the fight? Who said, I think Usyk will wipe Daniel Dubois out in 5 rounds? No one said that. Funnily enough, I just saw an interview on Tyson Fury on YouTube, and tongue-in-cheek, he suggested that. He's going to upset the apple cart and say Usyk will finish Dubois in 5 or 6 rounds, which actually happened. But he was taking the piss. No one predicted that. I guess a lot of people really listen to podcasts, watch other YouTube channels, see what they thought. No one said Usyk will finish Dubois in 5 rounds and make it look easy. He made it look pretty easy, let's be honest. I might need to watch the fight back, but I thought he made that shit look easy. So, I was stunned. So, again, the build-up to the fight, people were saying, is Usyk too old? He's 38 years old. He's got a bit of grey hair. Oh, he had a shiner in training. Or maybe he's not as sharp as he used to be. Fuck that. He answered all those questions in resounding fashion. I mean, 38 isn't old. In boxing, yeah, it's quite old. In life terms, it's not old. I like to think I'm older than 38. So obviously I'm going to say that, aren't I? But he answered all those questions. Is he slowing down? It is Father Time catching up with him. Usyk basically said, Father Time, you can fuck off. Father Time, fucking sling your hug. He just showed us really, showed everyone. Not that everyone was doubting him. They thought he'd win the fight. A lot of people were saying he may win the fight, but he's getting older. Dubois may be a huge threat. Dubois may catch him. He'll win the fight, but you may see him aging. He may look slower, not as coordinated, not as orchestrated as he usually does. He's just blown all out of the water. He's just destroyed Daniel Dubois. And he made it look, again, I'll go back and watch the fight, just in case anyone picks me up on it. He made it look pretty easy. So I just got my cocoa. That annoying noise that people make after. I'm just stunned, actually. I don't even really know how to plan this vlog. I just wanted to do one now because I can't get to sleep because my adrenaline. Because when I watch Usyk fight, he's my favourite combat sports athlete. So obviously I'm nervous. The same as when my team play. Even though they lose all the time because I support Hull City, you get nervous at big matches, don't you? This is sports. This is why we love it. That's why we're passionate about it. So I always get nervous when Usyk's fighting. And there's a part of me that, although I think he'll win, there's a little bit of doubt. Like, can he? He's got Fury, this 6'9" monster. And I originally, actually, to be totally honest, for the first fight, I picked Fury. I edged Fury and thought he'd win. Then he beat Fury in both fights, which in my opinion he did. In Fury's opinion he didn't, but you know, he does top bollocks, doesn't he? Then it's like, okay, so he's fighting Daniel Dubois next. Daniel Dubois just wiped out Andy Joshua. He's beat Big Baby Miller, Hergovich, red hot form. He's a young guy. Athletically, he's a complete beast. He may well catch Usyk. A few people said Usyk may have to get up off the canvas. He may be saying hello to the canvas. He didn't say hello to the canvas. Dubois was saying hello to the canvas. Some people said he may stop Dubois. It'll be late on. It'll be late on when Dubois is tired. Towards the end of the fight, when Usyk's taking over, when the gas tanks come into it, he fucking finished him in 5. I'm pretty sure it's 5. It was a 5th round, wasn't it? Again, pick me up on it if I'm wrong. 5th round. Incredible. I'm actually stunned, like, how unique and special this guy is as an athlete and a sportsman. It's absolutely ridiculous. Again, every obstacle that's put in front of him, he seems to sort of hurdle over it. 2 seconds, I'll be back in a second. I think the dog needs to go. Yeah, sorry about that. Good timing from the dog there. I lost my train of thought. I'm just literally stunned. I'm going to do a review of the undercard, but at the moment, no one will give a fuck about the undercard. He had some moments, but the funny thing was, I was saying about the undercard, slating it, it was all about the main event tonight. So I will put my hand up in a sense about the undercard because people really care about the main event. I'll do a separate undercard review anyway, but what we just witnessed there is incredible. Why didn't he hit Usyk a few times? It would be interesting to see the stats because it looked like he was popping out a load more jabs. I think Carl Frampton did give Dubois a round. I gave Usyk every round pretty much until he stopped him. I gave him every round. Usyk's movement is great. There was even in real time there was a point where Dubois, I thought he'd hit Usyk quite hard, and I was like, but when you saw the replay, he deflected the shot and it didn't actually hit him that hard, and he countered with a straight left and stunned Dubois slightly as well. Just fucking mental. I just didn't expect that at all whatsoever. Literally stunning. As far as boxing goes, for me, that's probably the moment of the year so far. And it will take some beating. Because again, if you're a fan of the boxer, you're invested in it anyway. But the spectacle, 90,000 people at Wembley. Turkey all Sheikh turned up. He's on about his big plans. And it's, it's a cool time for boxing. I know people say boxing is dead. But, and that's their opinion. We're all entitled to. But I really enjoy it at the moment. I'm looking forward to seeing what develops. But it's just a special moment, really. He's just an unbelievable athlete. And afterwards he said, and I don't know if this is a dig at Daniel Dubois, but he said, sorry, bro, but this is sport. That's actually a fact. It is a sport. But I don't know if it was a sort of like, what have you got to say now? And one of the glorious things about this as well, you don't sound like a kid in a school playground, but one of the glorious things about this is we'll get to hear George Fox's response to it. To be fair to Daniel Dubois, he was interviewed in the ring, and before they gave him the mic, I just thought, please don't say anything like bitter or stupid or anything. I didn't think he would, but I just think, please just accept the loss. And he did. The better man won together. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. And he gave credit to Usyk. Brilliant. So then they give the mic to Don Charles, and I thought, again, I'm really mixed with Don Charles. He says some stuff that, he seems a bit dickish, but if you listen to podcasts and that and go into more details with him, he's obviously a very smart guy, and he's obviously a nice dude. He's looking out for his guy, isn't he? But same with Don Charles. He said, if you're going to get beat by anyone, get beat by a generational great. So, however, I do want to see what that is it George Fox or George Cox? I want to see what that idiot has to say about it, because he was doing that. I saw him doing it before the fight. There's a video, I think he labelled Usyk's team tossers or something, because there was a bit of a coming together between Dubois and Usyk's team. Obviously, I want that. I don't know what went on, but I thought through this whole build-up, he had his moments where he made himself look like a complete tit. I really want to see what he's got to say now. Please, someone put a microphone in front of his face. What he needs to say is, I'll stand by my opinion or a low blow, but the better man's won. Let's just leave it there. I don't know about you guys, but after seeing that, I don't need to see a third fight between Usyk and Dubois. The first one, if you want for the low blow, I don't even know if there'd have been a rematch, to be honest. I'm not sure. Probably because of Dubois' wins that he racked up. He probably earned his way back to a rematch, but we don't need to see a third match now. That was conclusive. That wasn't like there's no questions left unanswered. Usyk's he's answered questions to a lot of people. Even myself. There's me thinking, got this young 27-year-old stud, Dubois, can he handle his power, his athleticism, blah, blah, blah. He beat him easily. I'll go back and watch the fight again, because there's only 5 rounds to watch. But he looks incredible. He looked fucking fantastic. His movement, the pace he was setting, he's just like controlling. He had Dubois where he wanted him. When Dubois did back him up and get some space, where he could have let some shots go, Usyk just slid out the way. So good. Seriously, as like boxing fan, it doesn't matter what level of boxing fan you are, or if you are a boxer or someone that watches it casually. So for me, I like training boxing, and I've trained it on and off, but I'm no way a boxer. I don't even really seriously train it. I just do it for extra fitness, along with cycling and weights down and whatever. But whatever level of boxing fan you are, you have to appreciate this guy. Not just as a human being. As a human being, he's always pretty spot on. But inside the range, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So we've just seen him beat Tyson Fury twice. One time, I think the second time was more convincing than the first time. We've seen him beat Dubois twice, and we've seen him beat Joshua twice. Who could he fight next? I would like to see him fight Joseph Parker, and apparently from what Frank Warren said, that will be the fight that's made. I'd be happy to see that. Do I think he can beat Joseph Parker? Yeah, to me, you can't bet against him. If he's got a couple of good years left in him before he retires, it's just tough to bet against him, really. He's just, like I said, to some people, the level of discipline they have and how dedicated they are to it. Age, it doesn't matter too much. It's always a factor, but for Usyk, if you train like he does and you live like he does, 38 to him is different to 38 to normal people, His body won't be that 38-year-old probably, due to all the different sports, the training he does, his lifestyle. He won't be on the sofa on a Saturday night or on his downtime stuffing packs of Doritos down his face like me earlier. He's just a complete professional. The build towards the fight, we were saying he may be slumming on, he may be older, but most people, to be fair, most of us did say he probably will win, probably decision. But again, put your hand up if you said he'll quite easily handle Daniel Dubois in 5 rounds and knock him out pretty much, and stun him a couple of times and put that kind of display on. No one I spoke to predicted that. Most people were saying Usyk, a smaller percentage were saying Usyk by stoppage. The odd person was saying, I've got a feeling it's Dubois' time. And it is Dubois' time, just not tonight. Dubois has been beaten by Usyk soundly, but Dubois can move on to other fights now. And he'll still be up there. He's just been beaten by the best, in my opinion, the best boxer on the planet at the moment. In Usyk's opinion, that's Terence Crawford. For me, I've followed Usyk, studied him more, watched more of his fights, so I'm obviously going to say that I'm biased, really. But just one of the best athletes on the planet, really, an ambassador for his sport. And I know people see it blowing smoke up his ass, but what I've just witnessed is just incredible. To handle Dubois like that, it was ridiculous. So yeah, just a quick vlog before I go to bed. Like I said, I'll do an undercard review as well. I just wanted to, because I can't sleep after that, the adrenaline, fucking hell. You know, we're witnessing. If we get another 1 or 2 fights out of him and he retires undefeated, he's got to go down as one of the best heavyweights ever. I'm not going to say the best heavyweight ever or anything like that before anyone gets too uppity, but he's got to go down as one of the best heavyweights ever. Definitely one of the best boxers ever. I think, you know, that's fair. I think to put him in that put him in that conversation with a lot of the boxers that we always mention. But what a performance. Seriously, like, stunned when it happened. I was like, what the fuck? When he stunned Dubois a couple times, I was like, wow. And Dubois did probably the best he could. He said at the end there's some things I could have done better. There probably is, when you're fighting Oleksandr Usyk, everything you do has to be perfect in your game plan. Your game plan has to be perfect. I don't know how you game plan for a person like that. Fighters like that, they're just perpetual motion. Yeah, I'm going to talk about no one cares about the rest of the card. What we care about at the moment, what everyone will be uploading to YouTube as we speak. People will be interviewing people about. People will be watching the fights with their mates, chatting about it now. The thing we focused on now is just how, not just the win, but how he dispatched Daniel Dubois. Incredible. Like, I know I'm kissing his ass, but fucking hell, what am I supposed to do? You watch the same fight as me. It was incredible. It was insane. I don't even want to think of who he's fighting next or anything. Just like, let it sink in what we've just seen. It was a total performance. Like, even when he came out to the ring, I don't think Daniel Dubois looked particularly nervous or anything, but when Usyk came out, I was like, just looks really fucking calm, and as if his mind he's in the zone, as they say, or flow state, or whatever they call it. Anyway, do you know what? I'm going to try to make it a really long video. I just wanted to come on to say thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for commenting. It's nice chatting to people that watch my videos, by the way. It's really cool. But I just had to come on and start some dialogue and put some on air because of what I've just seen is fucking mental. Like I said, put your hand up if you said Usyk's going to destroy Dubois in 5 rounds. None of us said it. No cunt said it. Don't make out you did. There may be the odd person. Some people want a shitload of money if they put bets on it. No one expected that. Hats off to Dubois because he lost to the best. Hats off to anyone that said fair play to Usyk, the better man won. I'm looking forward to seeing what some people like George Fox Belen say. But most of all, hats off to Usyk and his whole team and everyone around him, especially Usyk because he's the man in there for putting on an absolutely flawless, ridiculous performance. Thank you for that, Usyk. Cheers for making that $24.99 that I spent on the pay-per-view worth it. Because the event was cool. I was enjoying it. I knew the main event would be good, but I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, thank you, Nicky CPF Boxing. Have a good evening. Yeah, peace out.